Day Trading Radio presents a Briguy Trading production.
Well, good evening, boys and girls. Good to be back here on daytradingradio.com. And I just had some trouble getting some video set up the way I wanted it to, and it just ran a little bit over. So here we are at about 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time on December 4th, 2012. Briguy's Tools of the Trade, and this is our SpeedTrader episode. We're going to be showcasing the Daytrader Pro platform that SpeedTrader uses, and I hope you guys have set yourselves up with some questions, and we'll do our best to get to them. So if you're watching us from the daytradingradio.com website and you can log into the member room, then you can go just to the main chat and send me either a private message with your questions, or just make sure you put my name in your question, my chat room name, Briguy, and that will bring it to my attention, and I'll be sure to keep track of those questions. So, yep, this show today is about SpeedTrader, not to be confused with some of the other platforms that are out there, but be assured that we do plan on covering other platforms as well. And I'm just trying to close out of a couple other programs that I had running here, so let me make sure we can do that and hopefully free up some memory on the computer while we're doing that. What I like to do at this point, if my computer doesn't completely crash on me, is introduce SpeedTrader Craig. He's been a member in the chat room with us, that you can be able to ask him questions directly. And so let me just get to his page and hopefully get him on the line.
This is Craig.
All right, Craig. Yep.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Sorry to have to hang up on you earlier.
That's okay. Not a problem. Okay. Not a problem.
So this is SpeedTrader Craig, and he's from SpeedTrader. Ironically enough, I don't know how that happened, but I guess that worked out pretty good that you had the same name as the company. But let me just take a second. We got some people asking questions about a link here. Learjet, what link are you asking? You're saying is broken. Is that something on the home page? Oh, okay. Not Briguy. All right, no problem, buddy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the Daytrader platform onto the main screen. And let's see. I'm going to also just resize the windows so that you guys watching at home can get a nice close-up view, hopefully, of the platform at home. And if you're on the home page, there's an announcement that went out via email, so you'd have it there. But also, if you go to our home page at daytradingradio.com and look for the announcement that was made, you'll find a link there for SpeedTrader. Also, now that I think about it, there's actually a banner for SpeedTrader on the home page, and you can click on the banner, and that will take you over to the SpeedTrader website, where you can sign up for an account if you'd like to get a demo account, or if you'd like to just go right ahead and sign up for an account, you can do both of those things. So I'm sorry to be doing all the talking here, Craig. That wasn't really the intention.
That's okay.
Thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem. Thanks for having me. Really nice. I'm trying to connect to your team viewer.
Oh, yeah. It's actually probably asking me in the background, and I'm ignoring it.
It did.
So do it again, and this time I'll look for it to ask, and I will grant the permission there.
There we go.
And that should let it work out. And my mouse, I will leave that alone. You can move that around if you need to. But what I wanted to do first, Craig, is maybe if you could just give us a little background. I know you've been interviewed on shows with RPM before, and probably with Johnny as well, DTR. And I don't pay attention when RPM's doing his interviews. So maybe you could just give us a little bit of background about yourself and how long you've been trading, why you're still doing it, and a little bit about SpeedTrader.
Sure. Well, actually, I've been in the business since 1994. Ran a couple equity desks back down in South Florida from 94 to 02. Been on every side of the business, from prop to retail to whatever every side of the business there is, I've probably seen or done it. Started with Stock USA when I came back to New York in last part of 2006, and been with them since. Like I'm saying, SpeedTrader was founded in 1999 by Guy Gentile. He's down in Carmel, New York. He has a wife, Karen Gentile, who owns Direct Access Software. Direct Access Software basically is the platform that we license, which is the SpeedTrader Pro. Direct Access Software is the software company. So please keep in mind that I am a trader at heart. I am also a part of a broker-dealer called Stock USA Execution Services, who I represent. So in any facet, if I cannot answer the question on the platform itself, I can definitely ask the programmers who programmed it itself. So there's two separate entities, same family type of thing. They got the software side, which is Direct Access Software, which is run by Karen Gentile, and Guy founded in 1999 SpeedTrader.com, which is the retail site for Stock USA Execution Services. So we do have two services, two divisions. We have a retail trading and, of course, an institutional side as well.
All right, so that's kind of interesting that I didn't realize the relationship was that close. So the fact that you guys are linked in that way, that there's really not going to be any problems with software and support and any compatibility issues, because if there's something comes up with an update along the way, somebody updates Java or Adobe or something happens, I'm sure that the folks at DAS Inc. are primarily interested in getting everything going again for the
Correct.
fact that you guys are the broker-dealer end.
Correct. Yeah, we are their largest, one of their largest clients, I should say. I believe we are one of their largest clients who licenses software. So we have a pretty good relationship with the software company. They keep us abreast on all the changes they made on the newest versions coming out, what the newest versions we'll have going forward, things that they're working on, and things of that nature. So we do have a little bit of a leg up. Not much, but we do have a little leg up. I mean, every client they have is also informed as well. I just think we being so close to it, I think we get a little bit quicker.
Okay. And how long has this software been on the market?
I believe it's been Direct Access Software. I believe it's been. Quote me on this. I think it's been since 1997. The software itself has been on the market, I think, since the mid 90s. Okay,
so it's gone through a lot of iterations, and I'm sure gotten a little streamlined over that time.
Oh yeah.
So it's not a brand new package, basically, what I'm asking.
Oh no, not at all. It's been around for quite some time, and it's just been basically going on as upgrades as we go, as they go type of thing. So it's basically it's evolving with time like any other platform would do.
Okay, and so I'm right in saying that we have that link on the homepage, and if folks sign up, is there anything that they need to do to mention that they're a Day Trading Radio member that would get in front of your face, or should they reach out to you as well?
Well, that link I would be able to monitor who. If you're going to get a demo from that link, I would get access. I would basically see who signed up and subscribed for the demo itself. If you open the account, I would know right where it's coming from, because that link right there is basically a Day Trading Radio link. All you would have to do is basically contact me, let me know. I would already know that you already have an account application going, so to speak. Just if there's any special rates that you want to discuss, anything that you want to run by me and see if we can work out, that's definitely a one-on-one conversation we should have. But usually I see the applications as soon as you submit an application, an account number is produced, and I usually get that account number instantly.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So we have the demo program up on the screen, and a lot of times you get a demo from certain brokers or certain places, and it's missing so many things that it's so different from the live version. Is this pretty much what it would look like if I have my own account?
But that's just a default screen that I see. Let me see if I can. I can't see the demo on my computer here.
Okay.
I can't see. I got you. I can't see your demo on
All right. So I shared out my screen, and are you looking at a web page maybe?
I'm looking at this as a team viewer, free license, not commercial use only. I think it may kick me off of your thing. I'm not too sure what I'm looking at here.
Well, it shows you here.
Do you see my mouse moving?
I do see your mouse. And so what I realize is that you're on a different monitor. So let me see what options I can pick to get you over to the right monitor.
Okay.
Otherwise,
I can't play the day trading radio because I'll hear both streams coming through, so I won't be able.
Yeah, I mean, unless you can play the day trading radio and just mute the broadcast, which there's a little volume control in the lower left corner of the live stream window. And
okay, how's that? I'll pause though, right?
Well, you could play it. That's the two vertical lines. To the left of that is a little speaker. That if you click on the speaker, it'll put a little X through it, and that will give you a mute on that. And now I just put you on another screen. Does it happen to show you now?
No, I don't see. I see Chrome. No, I don't.
All right, you know what?
I see your box down here where it says session list, but I don't see. It says Kindle right in front. It says Cam Studio.
Yeah, it's a different monitor. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move this over.
There you go.
So you could see it, and I'm gonna move the broadcast window over, and hopefully be the same size that we just had. And so now you should see it, and that should also be what folks are seeing at home.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to close down my TOS platform just to free up the memory a little bit.
Okay.
And you boys and girls at home, if you notice anything dropping off, and you want to let us know in the chat room, we'll pause for a minute and take a look at that. So here is the Daytrader Pro demo, and it came up with all of this. I didn't move anything around because I wanted folks to kind of see what it would look like once they installed it. And it was a very simple installation. Didn't ask for a lot of options and changes, and did its little Microsoft update things it needed to update. And this is it. So why don't we start with probably the obvious thing, is to go through all of these little mini windows that are in here, and if you think it's better for us to zoom into one of them, we can do that for the purposes of the folks that are watching, and sure. I'll give you the floor.
Sure. Basically, you're looking at a default screen. It's just basically a default screen, nothing more, nothing less, just showing you some of the different features that the Pro would come with. Not necessarily, it's fully customizable. You do not have to keep it like that. You can design this thing any way you want. It's got full bells and whistles on it. Now, if you go up here to let's just say I'm just trying to see if this stuff will open on my side.
Yeah, that stuff's grayed out on my end. Let me see if I click on it.
Yeah, it looks like I'm not going to be able to open it.
Hang on, let me see if I got to turn on. I gave you full control, and it doesn't look like you have full control. Here we go, allow control. Yes, allow control. All right, go ahead, try again.
Okay. Basically, we're going to start from zero. We're going to go through some of the features. The montage feature right here is basically what you're looking at in the middle. It's basically going to give you your level 2 information. Size of market, who's on the inside, who's on the outside. VWAP, if you want the VWAP for the day. Level 1 on the inside, of course, is the level 1, which is the best, is the inside bid and ask, and the volume and the day's movements as far as the last and the high and the low. Basically, you can open up as many montages as you want up on top. You can open up 3 or 4 montages. You can open up as many as, I guess, up to 20 montages per screen.
Okay.
And basically design it any way you want. You can go ahead and get rid of these down here. Let's just start over and let's design a platform here. How about doing that?
That's fine. I'm getting nervous, but you go right ahead.
All right. So we're going to take a montage. I like 3 montages in mine. Let me get the window back up here. Let's get a title bar on it so we can get rid of that thing.
So the montages are basically your level 2 quotes with some other, obviously, other information, so it's not strictly level 2. And
Correct. Basically, a Montage is going to give you all your features you need to trade from the level 2, and it's going to give you all your basically your day's movements and your relevant information right there at that time. So, basically, all right, let's just put Dell in here. Okay. So now you got a level 2. You got Dell up here. You got the inside, of course, to be more active during the market's open. You got tier size, which you want to set up 1,000 shares, 500 shares. That's going to be your quantity. Your position screen would be here. The trade off the level 2 basically is very simple. You could do one or two ways. You could actually put it in manually by selecting the quantity.
Now, let me just stop you for a second, Craig, because I noticed this when I had someone else on, and I just want to bring it to your attention. When we broadcast, we're you know, and I probably should have changed it since you were going to be on, but since the way I'm doing with the market sometimes is I'm not really moving the mouse a lot, so I'm running at 5 frames a second. So if you move your mouse very quickly, nobody's going to know what you were pointing at.
I gotcha.
So just take an extra beat maybe to mention where you're at and where your mouse is, and hopefully it's showing up okay on the screen for everybody.
You got it. Okay, so you're in the Montage. You could do it one or two ways. You can enter an order manually, which is right here down below through the Montage itself on a point and click feature, or you can just put it in the limit yourself. Basically, here's your limits, market stop, and your self-directed features right down below it, which you see INET L, INET M, which is an ECN, INET P, ARCA L, ARCA M, Brute L, Brute M. Those are ECNs. The L would stand for limit market. If you want to put an order out there on Instinet limit, you would press INET L. And you would go ahead and manually put your price in over here, like let's just say $11 on INET. Now, the INET, going back to the INET M, that's just a market order, so it's going to go INET M. That's going to put it out there, the best book the INET has. Put it in there, you see the price disappears, it's going to go out there, you're going to either buy it or sell it. It's going to get the best price on the inside that book has. INET P is also post and pre-market trading, so if you want to do something after or before markets, you can go ahead and trade from 7 o'clock in the morning until 9:30 on pre-market and to 7 o'clock post-market. You could use that feature as well. Some of the other features on this thing that you probably want to know is you could basically self-direct to anybody within the stock that they make the stock. That being said, Dell is a NASDAQ stock. If somebody wanted to trade, I don't know how many your viewers trade penny stocks or low cap stocks, or but the cases I'm trying to get a new symbol in here first. You will see that there's different market makers that make different stocks. So you can self-direct. Now you can see that. I'll leave that up for a second. You can see the self-directed preferences you have.
A lot more options on the list.
A lot more options, and it goes right from their desk to their desk. I mean, it's going from the client to the market maker directly. There's no middleman. There's no grabbing your order and sending it out to a third party. There's none of that. You send if you click down here and you go to UBS or Smith Barney here, you click on Smith Barney. It's going from Briguy's desk to Smith Barney. There's no looking at the order on our side. There's no looking at the order and seeing who makes it. Wow. I mean, it's an instantaneous order. I mean, it's just basically them grabbing your order.
Now that's really, I forgot to mention this, but that's what DAS stands for, the Direct Access software. That's the intention, is to give you that direct access.
Correct. I think we're up to 55 or 56 self-directed markets right now. We're trying to get more. We'd like to have up to 75 to 100 self-directed markets to have a little bit of a niche over the competition, if you know what I mean. So that's definitely a nice feature to have as far as the Montage goes. You can also just point and click on a market maker itself, and the order would come up in the level 2. I can't do it. It's after hours. But if you wanted to go ahead and buy the offer and you wanted to go directly to UBS, you would basically just click on the 44-cent UBS offer, and it'll all the information down below.
Now, let me just take a second, and I see at least one member in the room mentioning that they tried to open an account. And just to be clear about which account you were trying to open, what is that, US Bulbul? If you just want to send a private message over to SpeedTrader Craig, then I'm sure after the show he can get to your situation and look into what happened with the application for you. All right.
Okay. So US Bulls, what do you say? I tried to open a paper trade account instead of with email, and it did not. All right. Something must have happened. That's very odd that it would not. It's all automated, but I'll definitely look into that US Bull.
We'll definitely look into that, and just for my own education, when I'm looking at the level 2s, and when I'm seeing, for example, in this one you have up on the screen, you've got UBS on the offer side.
Mm-hmm.
Is it true that the other markets may have orders at that level, but they're just not showing up at this? They're like behind those orders.
Well,
so they may have another 39-cent order.
Oh, there's definitely they could be hidden orders, of course, sure.
Or hidden orders. Because what I'm saying is, if I want to trade on, in this case, let's say mica, I want to trade on mica. That doesn't mean I have to put my order in at 375. I could put it in at 39. It might even get filled at 39 because there's another order in there.
Well, what you either do is one of two things in this situation. You'll either join the bid with mica. Mica will go up and represent your order, or they'll go out there and basically just go out there and see if they can fill it instantly, and trade it off of principle, depending on what the market maker actually wants to do. They're trading off. You're got to keep in mind they're trading off their own inventory.
Right.
So if they have inventory and they want to give you stock, they could fill you on the bid themselves and just keep their bid down below and buy smaller up there.
Gotcha.
So.
That's what's going on. Yeah, those are the little nuances that I'm trying to understand a little better, and I see how you're describing that.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Market makers you're probably dealing with the last bit of human intervention there is on the streets.
Right.
As far as filling orders, and they got a license that I would love to have their ability. I mean, short on no downticks, they flip a coin if they want to fill you. I mean, it's great. I mean, it's hectic. If I had to do it all over again, I would tell my mother to put me in market making school when I was 5 years old.
Right.
But those are things a lot of people don't understand. It's a human intervention market, which means there's actual human trader behind that, looking at that order. Mm-hmm. So when people trade NASDAQ and New York stocks, they always under the impression that it's a first in FIFO, first in first out electronic communication network, and that's the furthest thing from the truth. The market makers by law do not have to fill you. They don't have to fill you.
Wow.
It's up to them if they want to fill you. If they want to be nice and give you stock, they could be nice and give you stock. But by law, they do not have to fill your order. There's best execution pricing, but as long as they didn't take stock in, they don't have to fill your order. So a lot of people say, well, I saw 5,000 shares printed at 44. I'm not done. Well, there's probably 3 million shares ahead of you, and this guy probably doesn't want to give you any. And that's basically it. I mean, that's the way they work. That guy's worried about his kids' sneakers, not your kids' sneakers. Let's just put it that way.
Dog eat dog, right?
You make that.
Yeah. So when it comes to putting these orders in, if I were to put my order in at best, then who decides which one it gets filled at?
As far as, I could give you an example. Like when you say who decides.
Well, if I put an order in at best, on this one, I don't know if you have that as a choice. I'm using Thinkorswim, so most of my orders go out on best. They fill it however way they want to fill it.
All the best is basically just using the best inside, the best outside. I mean, that's all it is, or the best inside offer and the best bid. So if it goes on best and you want to sell the stock, it's going to give you 39 cents at UBS. If you go out on best at night, it's going to give you the 41 for 2,500 shares at night. You could have more behind it, but that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to take the first two inside guys. Now, if there's 4 market makers sitting there at 39 rather than just one, it'll go on the first one who reflect that order first. So it's a FIFO.
In that case, it would be a FIFO.
Right. You can go down below to the 4th market maker and select it, but you would have to preference that yourself.
Now, you're not doing best. You'd have to specify.
Right. That's a self-directed order that you specifically want that market maker to go ahead and fill your order.
Right. And while we're on the subject, explain to some of our viewers, because I know there's traders been trading for a long time and they don't even realize some of the behind-the-scenes things. Mm-hmm. But isn't it true that if I route my order through certain ECNs, that they give me credit for adding liquidation to the market?
Yes, there's and you know what? For all you guys out there listening, I don't know how many viewers you got tonight, but that's a big thing that you brought up, because people don't realize one thing. When they're dealing with Interactive Brokers or some other broker dealers out there, make sure that their accounts are set up with ECN rebates. I don't know how their firms are set up as far as what ECNs they offer, but you want to ask your broker at the other firms to make sure you're set up with ECN rebates. That meaning, if you're a limit order trader and you're just buying on the bid and you're selling your offer, you're doing yourself a big disservice by not getting credit of the ECNs. Just as much as they charge you by taking liquidity, they also compensate you by adding liquidity. So you make sure you guys out there call your broker in the morning. If you're not set up and you do a lot of ECN trading, make sure you got that, because you'll have some credits coming into your account, not just debits.
Right.
And a lot of people don't realize that. They say, "What are you talking about credits?" There's actually a group of guys out there, to be honest with you, that trade these thinly traded stock, or these Microsofts, these Dells, who will actually sit on the bid and offer the stock on both sides of the market and be credit traders all day long on ECNs.
I've heard of that.
And they make a lot of money doing it.
Yep.
They make a lot of money doing it. So Just make sure that you're set up out there and you're getting the credits. If you're going to go out there and you're going to pay for taking liquidity, you want to be compensated by adding it as well.
Yeah. And let me ask you this. Does the amount of the credit change from for whatever reason? Because I was looking over actually some trades that I put on last year. I was just kind of reviewing things. And I was noticing that in certain circumstances I was getting one kind of credit, and in other situations I was either getting a larger credit or maybe no credit at all. And I'm talking about when I'm adding the liquidity. So, why would that number fluctuate?
Each ECN has their standard rate.
And this was on ARCA. They're all on ARCA.
And it will fluctuate.
Yeah, I mean by like a nickel or a dime. I mean,
I don't know why. I don't know why it would be. It's basically a standard rate. I believe ARCA, no comment. The last rate sheet I looked at was spot 003, I believe, for taking liquidity, and spot 0015 for adding liquidity. That's a set number. I don't know why it would vary. I mean, it shouldn't vary.
So it wouldn't have mattered that some of them was what I noticed was on Apple, and I didn't know if it was because maybe Apple was moving, and that had something to do with it. And maybe I got more of a credit because Apple wasn't moving at the time. I don't know.
No, it shouldn't. I mean, basically, liquidity is liquidity. It doesn't matter if the stock trades 30,000 shares a day or 300 million shares a day. I mean, if you're adding liquidity and you're taking liquidity, it should be the same. If they're going to, what you want to look at is this: if you're going to go ahead and hit a bid and it's the same price on Apple, it should be the same price on every stock in the market.
Okay.
I mean, that's basically the rule of thumb. I mean, it's just it's an electronic network. It doesn't know what stock you're trading.
Right.
It just knows a number, and it just knows if you're on a bid or an offer.
Okay. And we do have several hundred viewers actually right now, and over 100 members in the chat room. And that's really awesome for this time of night. I know I get emails all the time from folks who are just not able to be online now. And
right.
I'd appreciate you giving us some of your time to do that. So yeah, a lot of these questions, maybe the members now aren't going to ask them, but this video is possibly going to get viewed a number of times later by other folks. And so if they were interested to know more about the ECN rebates with SpeedTrader, is that something they would go to a website to understand, or would they contact you to get some more help with that?
They could contact me. I mean, I could walk them through where to find the rates. I could actually find the rate sheet myself and actually show it to them.
Good.
I believe it might be the debits are on our website. I don't know if the credits are, but I could get the credits for whoever needs it.
Yeah, because I think that's important. If you're going to trade for a living, especially, then the goal is to reduce your costs. And if you're getting partial credits, in some cases, you might even trade for free, depending on what the trade was. And if you can do that and also profit from your trade itself, then you're running a business, so you should do it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's insanity if you're going to pay discount brokers out there $7 to $9 a trade, and then you're going to pay the ECN fees on top of that if you're using ECN fees. It's just that you're up to $12, $13, $14, $15 a trade. I mean, and they're not going to credit you. But let me ask you a question: if ECNs are connected to firms, and I'm going to put this nicely, So if they're debiting your account, who do you think's keeping the credit?
Yeah, exactly.
Someone's keeping it. It's not you. So they're making money off your trade as well. So if you hit a bid, they're going to debit you, but they're also going to keep your credit.
Right. And that's why some of these outfits, they will offer you, I don't know if they have unlimited shares and they have a flat fee they're charging you, which sounds nice.
It sounds great.
But in reality, the guys like us, I don't know, maybe some of you are, but for the most part, we're not out there putting 10,000 shares on the offer, where that kind of a commission is going to make sense. But if you're doing 100 shares at a clip or 1,000 shares at a clip, and when you place 2,000 shares, you're not actually typing in 2,000. You're doing 1,000 and then another 1,000. So these are separate orders going in and separate commissions added up. Then you want to get the credits for that you do.
Take a two-tiered scenario, like you said. Use two trades for 1,000 trades each trade, right? The first trade you hit the bid, you get debited the commission and the ECN fee, and in the second trade you offer a stock and you can take it on the offer. You're still paying the commission, but you get no credit.
Yeah.
So that's almost like me saying, Brian, I'm going to open up an account with you. I just want to keep all my winning trades. And
Right.
You just throw your losing trades in another account, the error account.
Yeah. Actually,
You know what I mean?
somebody posted a movie in the members room that showed that kind of thing in Europe back in the 90s.
Oh, that'd be great. You know, that'd be fantastic. But unfortunately, that does happen. I mean, whether it's with SpeedTrader or whoever it's with, just guys, if you're using ECNs, if you're not using the ECNs, it's not a big deal. But if you are, definitely look into it. Yeah. And if they don't offer credits, then I don't know. That's a whole different conversation. It kind of gets me fired up. But
all right, so let me just pause for a second, and those buttons that are on the bottom of the Montage, are those other ways that I can place orders?
Yes, you could, like I say, you could do them manually and just go ahead and I'm going to move this up a little bit and highlight this, and I'll go slow. You could go ahead and put the order in yourself manually if you don't trust Montage, or if you just like typing, it's far easier than a keyboard. Whatever your preference is. Go ahead and you can either short the stock, sell the stock. This will be red if you're long the position. If you're not long the position, it'll stay short until you are long, and then it will turn red for sell. You got to cancel, which will kill the order that you have already out there, and you got to cancel replace, which means you want to replace the existing order with a new order. You can go ahead and from 39 cents bump my bid up to 40 cents and just replace RPL, and it'll go out there in the open market and kill the last order. And buy is basically just that. You want to buy the stock, 41 cents. You want to take the offer, just go ahead and click the buy button, and you're pretty good.
Right.
You're good to go.
And it looks like you have these up and down arrows. So if I'm good with my mouse, I can that bumps it up by a penny.
Yeah, you can go by increments of a penny all the way up if you wanted to.
All right.
All the way up. And if you wanted, if you out the long you want to lock it, you just go ahead and press lock. This way your wife won't go in and lose you any money.
Or the cat jumps up on the keyboard.
I tell you what, there's been times where
I'm sure you've heard it all, right?
I've had these montages open just like this, set to my defaults with stocks in them, and I've thrown like a pen or maybe like a cell phone on the desk, and it bounces and hits my keyboard, and I'm buying 10,000 shares of a stock.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's great.
That's the old fat finger.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of fat finger, yeah, we'll go to that part as well. But that's the basic order entry part of trading off the level 2. Like I'm saying, you can have as many as you want up here at any given time, which is nice. You could put 10 of them up there. If you had multi-monitors, keep in mind any one of these features that the Daytrader Pro has, you could just pop it out and put it to the other monitor by doing one simple thing. That's right-clicking on the top bar, pop out, and dragging it over to the other screen. Okay, so any one of these things, if you got 4 or 5, I got 4 monitors, so I need a lot of pop-outs.
Right.
So I drag them over and default them. So anytime you want to do that, just keep in mind you can always pop that out. And if you want to keep this box on top of anything, all you got to do is, or no title bar, save some room. You don't care about the symbol up top, no title bar, and always on top. That thing will loosen up and it'll stay on top no matter what you put over that. That montage will always be on top. So
nice.
Yeah, so now getting back to that's the basic level 2. Best bids, best offers, pretty much. Now you can change the VWAP if you don't want the VWAP for the day. Oh, let me go saying one thing, and this is very important. I've been getting a lot of things saying that Craig, you guys don't got good shorts. You don't got good shorts. You don't got good shorts. We got good shorts. We got probably just as good as shorts as most people out there. The difference is this: you see this little S right here?
That means there's shorts available.
That means it's basically called the easy to borrow list. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now. You get another stock, like if you just press in a symbol like this. Now you see where there's no S on this security right here below the anchor.
Right.
Now people are under the assumption that you can't short it. That's the biggest thing. That's a false statement. That's the biggest lie I've ever heard. What that means is a lot of people don't know is you just got to actually find. There's a difference between a borrow and a locate. Okay.
Right.
Borrow is that you got it in house. The custodian has whether you're self clearing or not. You can go ahead and get the security. It's already in stock, and you go ahead and borrow the stock. You pay a rate on it. And go ahead and short the stock. A locate is where the custodian will actually go on the street for you and locate a stock from Merrill or Interactive Broker and actually find the stock for you, borrow it from them, bring it to the house so you can short the stock. You can still short the stock if you find stock. So what you got to do is just hit us by live chat. Say my account number is Craig. My name is Craig Manderson. Account number 2IC ABC XYZ. I'm looking for 10,000 shares of IWA for a day short. We get the stock, we allocate it to your account. You can use it by the wayside, but you do have the ability to short. And a lot of people are seeing this saying, well, there's no S there, I can't short it, it's unshortable. No, they just don't know the difference between an easy to borrow or a locate. So,
all right, well, you know what? I learned something there, because I did assume that meant there wasn't anything available.
That's not true. That just means you got to go out and locate the security.
Okay.
So just by live chat, you can actually do it. What a lot of people do is have like a little hit list that you have and cover yourself in the morning. If you're not, just hit us by live chat at 8:30 and just say, here, I got 4 in the short today. Give me 5. See if you can find me 2,000 of each. You may find 2 out of the 4, but at least you got them for the day that you can have if you want them, if you need them.
Got it.
So that's definitely a thing that a lot of people are really not aware of.
Now, if you went through that, asking about that, I mean, do you have to commit to actually taking the short at that point?
No, they'll throw it in your account. If you use it, you do. If you don't, you don't.
Okay.
You don't got. There's no fee for paying for it if you don't use it and things like that. And I've been hearing, I got some other firms charge if you don't use the short, and they charge for canceled order and all this stuff. We have none of that stuff.
Okay. So I think the audio cut out a little bit there, but you did mention something about a live chat. So you don't have to make a phone call. You could make a phone call, or if they know you can get you on Skype, or they can. There's a live support chat, I guess, on the website, right?
You can use a teepee with a brown, with a smoke signal, and but I would definitely use it. I mean, live chat seems to be the easiest for people. It's right on our website. As soon as you log, go to SpeedTrader.com. It's got the light right in the top corner. It's fairly quick. It's almost like an instant message. Or there's another feature that you can do, which is, let me move. If you're looking at the screen here, there's a tools up on top, and you can go ahead and send an internal message. Okay, if you send an internal message, you can send it to somebody within the firm, to Dan, who's at our firm, or Maria.
Okay.
Another girl, and once you get to know them, you can basically just go ahead and subject, locate. Oh, see, it's on top still.
Yeah, I noticed.
Subject, locate, and you can go ahead and fill them, and you can just actually send. It's almost like an internal. You
mean it's like an email?
Yeah.
An electronic message?
Message. If we send one across the system, you'll see a red envelope pop up here. That means check your message for your internal message. It'll say, Knight's having connectivity issues or whatever the case is, but at least you know what's going on.
Nice. All right, so I hope that answers the question.
If they're acting up, I say check your internal message.
Right.
We're running a little bit slower, whatever the case is.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I think some of these other programs are using up some space. Let me see if there's something else I can wipe out here. Lahua. Interesting. Now that you pop that out, it shows up as a separate program. All right. Why don't we just put that back into... what do you do? Child? Oh, I hit...
There you go.
It went back, right?
Yep.
No, it still looks like it's... Yeah, there you go. Now it's docked. So what I wanted to do quickly is there's a couple questions. Let's not get into the commission prices right now, but some of you folks asked about hotkeys. Yes, there's hotkeys. We'll get into that. And I don't know how much we can get into tonight, but we'll try to do some of these things. But yes, it does have hotkeys, and yes, you can link your montages to charts. Those are pretty simple. Yeah,
let me run through that really quick. Then I guess we'll go one by one and take care of that. Seems like the people in the room tonight. I'll see if I can address some of their issues here while we're on. And this way we could take it. Basically, you got your montage. You set them up any way you want. Next thing you would want to do, what I would want to do, is open up. Let's open up a couple charts here, and I'll show you how to connect these things together so they're all nice and pretty.
All right, so you're going up to the quotes menu, and then there's chart on the menu.
Mm-hmm. You could I'm just going to minimize these just so they're all lined up nice with each other.
Okay.
Just to give you a little idea here of.
And obviously, if you're doing this, I have this shrunk down to fit on the broadcast. But if you've got your full size, 30-inch monitor, you got plenty of room to fit.
Oh yeah, plenty of room. Yeah, you could actually size the fonts down. Things of that nature too as well. No, I'm just going to put 2 up there. I think you'll get the point. I don't need all 3. Going back to the level 2 quick, I also wanted to let you know you could also configure the level 2 config. If you see me right here doing this level 2 config, you could go in and basically change your colors on your grouping, which is the levels, and you could also go 3 decimals, 4 decimals out. Things of that nature, and actually go ahead in the column, and you can put anything you want by moving. If you want to see the time over here, you can just go ahead and take this on. Now you don't want to see the price, you can take this. So the level 2 is also customizable as well. Just keep that in mind. That's one thing I forgot to forgot to show
That's
you.
nice.
Folks.
Yeah.
It's great. Okay, so now we want to link the chart. Let's see, Microsoft chart to a level 2 to a chart. Take the little anchor there, drag it on down, bang, you got yourself a chart. Now, anytime you switch that symbol, of course, the chart will switch with it.
All right, I turned my head. So can you do that again for the second one?
Sure. Sure. Just basically go into the orange anchor, and you're going to drag it right down.
Okay, it was the anchor. That's very simple.
Yeah, now let's put something active in there so we can see it switch. Now you got the cues, now you got that. So you could go down here and make these charts anything you wanted, to be honest with you. You could you could make your 2 minute, 3 minute. You could make a 1 day. You could I'm sorry about that. 1 day, it's 1 minute, 2 minute, 15 day, 30 day. You could add whatever studies you want. I'm just going through
Yeah. So you're right clicking on the window itself and you're getting all these other extra menus.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you want to do the let's say I like trend lines and you want to draw a trend line. These will horizontal trend line. These will always be in here. Anytime you pull up a stock up top and you want to say you want to go back to Google, everything will stay the same as far as.
So all the, if we use the term drawings that you add, studies that you add to each one of the stocks, they'll stay part of the history of the charts.
Correct.
For that stock. Correct.
Yep. As long as you see, right, exactly. So if you, let's go into chart. Let's do this one at a time. I guess we won't go into charting just yet until we look at the charts itself.
Okay.
Okay. So when you got the level, you got the level 2. You got it hooked up to your chart. One other thing you can do is basically what I like to do. You don't have to, but I like to see time and sales for each security as well. Mm-hmm. And once of course, you're just getting the idea of this. If you had. You want to link all these three together, you just basically drag this down here. You'll pop this montage down, and this montage will now control the chart and the level and the time and sale. So if you go back and you want to see Bidu, it'll give you the time and sales and the chart all in one. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now that's a nice. Anytime you want to link any montage to anything, that's that little orange anchor is for.
So everything really starts with the montage.
Everything feeds off the montage. It's got to have a home, and it starts with the montage. Yes. Yeah. Like I said, you can go ahead and change and config in any of these boxes at any time just by right-clicking on any one of these features, and you're going to get a config. You get chart history up here. You can configure your level 2. So you can basically design this thing any way you want. This thing is designed for really active, good traders, and I'll tell you some of the stuff that you can do with this thing. I'm still learning it after 6 years because they always upgrade it. They always put some new features in it, and sometimes I just don't have time to look at the features. Mm-hmm. I forget about them, and I go back and I say, oh, you know what, we could do that, things like that. But this thing is fully customizable, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and I saw someone ask a question about the number of these montages you can have. I think you mentioned about 20 or so.
I think it cuts off at 20. I believe it's 20.
So, and some of that might just be limited by what your computer can handle as well.
Well, that's you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because if you got a real active markets here, and you got these things cranking along here, you got Badoo's in there and Triple Q, those are using the data, and you know what? You got in order to run the system. Don't kid yourself. You got to have a pretty good clean PC. I mean, or else you'll figure it out that your PC is really not running that well, because you'll get it's not so much the dash, it's just your computer can't handle the data coming in on it.
Mm-hmm. And Rome Dog, don't worry about asking the questions. If we can get to them, I'll be happy to do that. And that's why we have these shows, is to get your questions answered. So feel free. He says he's actually shopping for a new platform anyway, so this might even be perfect
good
timing here. And then just as another point, if you wanted to set up multiple charts, have one of them have them at different time frames, I'm assuming you could just keep anchoring all the charts together to one montage and have them at 2 or 3 different time frames.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see, that should change to, there you go.
So you have the 1 and the 15 minute.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yep. You could put a 30-day down there, the yearly, whatever you want. I mean, it's you can link this thing to as many charts as you want. You could link as many montages. That will, wherever you drop that anchor, it will link it to. So you can have 3-4 charts up there. So it's great.
All right. And just to make sure I don't forget to go back to some of the questions, we had somebody ask about opening accounts from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any international issues with opening accounts?
There are no international issues except for Canada. only because that's not doing what us.
Maybe we should have held that question.
Yeah, the Canadian government doesn't want their money leaving the country, so they don't want it in the U.S. They'd rather let it go anywhere else, but not the U.S. So it's not us.
Okay.
It's just that Canada won't let us deal business with Canadian individuals. Now, if you were Canadian, you had a U.S. mailing address. Oh yeah, then we could do business with you.
All right, so there you go.
Hint, hint. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, we should say that we're not giving any trading advice, but just for educational purposes.
For educational purposes only. Recreational purposes only.
Recreational usage, exactly.
Right, exactly.
All right. So that's it for the questions. Now, I know there's a lot of other windows to show, and I did mention to you that I had a small video. If you think it's a good time to show that, we can. Otherwise, you can go ahead and showcase some of these other windows.
Let me do a couple more windows just so to show some of the features of this, and let me just X out some of this if you don't mind, because we went through most the basic generics of what they had.
No, that's good.
And let's go here. Okay, basically it's going to be your account. This is where we're going to have your orders. This is pretty much generic stuff, but I want to let you know why these are here. It's going to have your account, your realized P&L, your daily activities on this box. You're going to have your orders in the middle box, and you can open these up.
So you're talking the open orders?
Yeah, open orders and positions. Okay, so you're going to have positions here, or I'm sorry, positions in the middle, open orders on the bottom, and your account summary on top. But you can go ahead and configure these to have. If you want to see how many tickets you wrote, you put that over there. If you want to see how many shares you traded, you can put that over. I mean, this is fully customizable as well, and any of these screens. So I mean, you could put this thing on as many bells and whistles as you want. If you wanted to see what routes you used that day, you can go ahead and move that over and just go ahead and put OK. It'll add that in there. So these, like I'm saying, sky's the limit. The more information you want in this, you can go ahead and load it on. You can drive yourself crazy with the amount of data you can put on these things. If you want to see your day unreal, you can slide it over along with the P&L close. Slide that over. You got them. You can just go ahead and extend these out, and just like I'm saying, just go nuts. I mean, this thing is endless. The amount of information you can do on it. So that's basically what those are there for. I just wanted to say that because they've been sitting there and I haven't mentioned them. If we go back up here, a couple quick snapshots. If you want a market viewer, if you want to have any sectors that you follow, or if you just want to see the markets as a whole, as far as I don't know. You want to see the.
Can you look at the tech sector or the energy sector or something like that?
You see here. I don't know how this came up like this. Why this came up like this? Let me see. I don't know why your market viewer is showing that, but let's say market viewer 7 you want to do, right? You can go. Oops. Go ahead and go. I don't know. Let's just make an easy one here. Let's say New York Smoke that NASDAQ actives. There you go.
Okay. There you go.
There you go. You got all your NASDAQ actives for the day. Now, what you want to say is, well, you know what? I don't want to follow every NASDAQ active stock. I just want to, I'll keep it down here. I'll put this down here. But I want to make another one where just my, automotive stocks, whatever I follow. Whatever the case is, you can go ahead and basically just do it one of two ways. You can just go to a market viewer. You can open up a new market viewer. You can go ahead and name, the market viewer. Let's see here. Oh, let's see here. Let's see what Ford. Okay, then what's wrong with General Motors? And the only market makers are Toyota. So you can go ahead and name those, and you can actually go ahead and just name the box automotive and commit, and you get your automotive box. So you can go ahead and make several market viewers for sectors you want, or like I'm saying, you can just go ahead and keep it real generic and just say I don't really care about them. I just want to look at the markets as a whole, and just do exactly what I did. Open a market viewer, go to config, and just look at, oops, these things are sensitive. I'm sorry. Just look at markets over New York Stock Exchange and give you all the New York Stock Exchange. So you can go ahead and also now right-click within this and config it as well, and go ahead and put whatever. You got the symbol, tick, change, last bid. You want that stuff in there. You also want the company name in there. I don't know. I want to see who this company name is. And you want the close, today's close. You want to put that in there. And you want the percent change and things like that. You can go ahead and edit. they'll fly in there. You can open up this as well, and like I'm saying, you can put as much data as you want in this thing.
Okay.
Just whatever you wanted.
And I'm assuming you can resize the columns. You can sort the columns.
Yes, you can move the columns over. You can go ahead and narrow them out. You can go ahead and slide them, drag them over and slide them to where it's descending, ascending. You can put the tick on this.
Got it.
Drag it over and move the tick. I forget how to drag it over, but yeah, you get to go ahead and slide all these over, and you can just go ahead and ascending and things like that. So you could go ahead and move those any way you want. Put them as large as you want. You could do the font if the font's too small. You can move. Go ahead and how do you do the fonts here? Font color. You can make it.
And by the way, he double clicked into that font color set section.
You can make it red, and you can go up here and slide it down and make them 22, which is really big. If you're blind, like, and you go ahead and commit, and they should.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's awesome.
Make a metallic too if you really want to get and you can say, oh, you know what, I really like. I don't know, I'm not so hot on the font. You can go bold italic, and you can make them, whatever the case. I mean, you can do whatever you want with this. Is your system.
Exactly.
You can make it as cute and funny as you want. You can make it as generic as you want it, and as vanilla as you want it, or you can really lay it out and actually put more data on this thing. You could drive yourself crazy.
Well, and because just playing with the fonts, you might even be able to differentiate your lists by what the font is, and then maybe that's how you'll notice them standing out.
That's great
on the different screens.
I know. Even if you wanted to, you see, I got the Bank of America up on top box. Even if you just wanted to take a quick snapshot of it and just say, oh, Bach, let me just right-click on it. Let me see the chart on Bach. You could go ahead and just pull the chart up. Boom.
Look at that.
I mean, you could do more with this. It's one window after another. When you think that you don't have any more windows, you can click on that window, another window will come up.
Right.
So, you can do it.
Now, just to mention one or two other things, because I noticed them on the menus as you were clicking around. These viewers are actually, you can import these lists and you can export these lists. So if you have a separate screening software that you're using and you create a watch list for the week or for the day, let's say the HPS list, and you want to export that to a file, you can then import it into... Did I lose you there?
No.
Okay, the video just got crazy.
Yeah, that's all.
Then you can import it right into the viewer, and you're in business for the day.
Just like that.
And what are the file types that they have there? If you just click on at the bottom. All right, so I assume it's just any kind of delimited file.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
So
that's good to know.
Keep in mind this is a demo. I mean, this is going to give you features, so some of the features may not be in here. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
Now, if you close out this larger fonted viewer, and just looking at the smaller one for a second, if I had a chart open, is there a way to have it so that I can go down from that list, the viewer list, and have the chart update as I click on each of the entries?
Oh, let's see here.
Because I don't see an anchor on here to do that.
That's a level 2. That'll pop up to level 2 if you bring that up. Okay, so let me see here.
You did what? You're double-clicking on that.
Double-clicking on it, yeah. I'm just trying to see how it would bring up a chart. Let me see here.
I mean, you can pick chart off the list.
Right, now let me see
if you scroll that up, well, yeah, exactly.
Let me see if we can... No, it's going to bring up to level 2. But guess what? You can anchor that, I guess. Let me see here. Let me see if this works. I mean, like I'm saying, this thing is like, oh, there you go. You can actually do that.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
What you do is just link a level 2 montage right up to the chart, and bang, now you're rocking and rolling.
Right.
Actually, you get them both, so that's perfect, yeah.
Okay, so that's good to know. You guys can link your watch list that way if that's how you want to trade. And I asked too because you've got the actives here, and sometimes that's what you want to trade. You're looking at something that's maybe if you're watching Day Trading Radio, you've got Mr. Land making some comment about Indio, Charlie, Echo, whatever it is, and it's on the list. You see it scroll by. You can click on it and get the chart updated, get the montage updated, and you'll be ready to start trading it.
You can fly. I mean, this. I don't know if you can fly with this thing. The data on this thing is really never bogged, which is nice. So if you wanted to go ahead and trade this thing, you got your default set up on your montages, and you're going ahead and you want to watch Facebook, and you got this thing set up all the time, I mean, there's executions fly on the software. I mean, you could actually go ahead and be defaulted to 1,000 shares and buy it, and you're done. I mean, you got such an advantage by just pointing and clicking and bringing up these boxes. I mean, you're not typing nothing in. You could just, like I'm saying, it's one thing after another what you can do with this thing.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Now, this is a trading platform. Is there any research part to this? Does it have a scanner or a screener built into it?
It's all we have is basically a high-low, a day-high, day-low that you can use. We do have that. Let me see if I can pull this up here. I don't know if it'll give me any data because it's 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I have that on the video, which I want to just show the folks so they have an idea what it looks like live. But
let's see if something comes through here. Let's see. I'd be interested if something comes popping through here. But that's your high-low ticker.
Right.
You could go ahead and use this, and that's about the only kind of informational research that we can possibly apply. I mean, like I'm saying, this is not like a retail trading platform. It's almost. I mean, this is. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna give me anything. It's after hours. I'd like to see something come through here, but it's just too late.
That's all right.
Yeah, but that's going to give you basically a symbol to change the last of time. It's going to basically scroll every intraday high and intraday low it makes. You can do it. If you're trading RSI, relative strength index, or anything like that, or a relative strength trader, it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you did a nice job. You covered really the major points there and showcased a lot of the flexibility of the platform. And really, it's one of the points of the show, folks, is to really encourage you to get to know your platform. Because like Craig just said, he's been using it for a number of years and always discovering something new or rediscovering something. Because, unless you're a super high IQ, I don't even know if those folks keep track of everything that you can do.
And I encourage people. I mean, as if anybody opens with me or opens with SpeedTrader, and Briguy Guy's doing this show, throw me the questions that you want to do on his next show, and I'm more than welcome to come on and answer them. I'll have them ahead of time. If you have any special features that you may want to know of, how to do things, whatever the case. There's a lot more to go over with this platform. That's just basically SpeedTrader 101 that I gave you. There's a lot more with the hotkeys, things of that nature that we can set up, and like I'm saying, there's just a lot more you can do, and I'll be more than glad to help anybody with it.
Right. And just to cover one of the basic questions, and not to get into the commissions, I'm sure, depending on, I don't know if you're running any specials with Day Trading Radio for the commission price, but just somebody had a question about how the 39 cents works in with the minimum and all that. So can you just explain that briefly? Yeah,
basically, the 39, it's 39 cents per 100. It's here's what a 99 cent minimum. So it's kind of like it's really not, because it's 99 cent minimum. It's not 39 cents. But what it is if you're trading anything over, which a lot of people do, if you're trading anything over 200 shares, it's definitely worth your while. The way I like to put it is it's $3.90 per 1,000 shares. Okay. That's the best way to look at it. So every 1,000 shares that you're trading is $3.90. Now, if you're trading 500 share lots, it's $1.95 per 100 per 500 shares. Okay. If you're trading 250 share lots, it's 97 cents or 99 cents. So you're basically starting at 200 shares at 99 cents, and anything above it goes up 39 cents.
Mm-hmm. And I guess somebody looked into the pricing page and noticed that there's a 0.003 cent rate if you're trading 5 million shares. Is that kind of an institutional investor type of arrangement?
I don't know. If you're trading, I'm just being honest with you, and I don't know why you would want 5 million shares at spot 003 is $15,000 a month. At that rate, you got to go on a per trade plan. You don't put it this way. You do not want to trade small caps, micro caps. If you're doing 5 million shares, you definitely want to be in a per trade plan. Let's just hypothetically say within that 5 million shares, you're only doing 100 executions. Okay? 100 executions at $4.95 a trade is $500 rather than $15,000. I mean...
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm looking at the small print, and what it's saying is that rate is good for up to 5 million shares. So it's not that you have to trade 5 million shares.
Yeah,
it's an up to 5 million share
rate.
If
anybody's a real active trader, and you're having problems picking which rate you want, I could go. If you're trading 5 million shares, you want a per trade plan. You don't want a per share plan. So it's kind of a fallacy to begin with.
And you should at least take them out to lunch in New York before they open.
I tell you what, if you're trading 5 million shares a month with me at 003, I'll take you more. I'll take you lunch and dinner 3 times.
Well, that's great. There's
I'll even throw in a couple car washes in the summer. How's that?
Why not?
So and I like to say it like a lot of people are on the website here. They're saying, "Oh, can you talk about commissions, etc." The reason why I say I try not to go out with a set rate because I don't believe. I believe I'm a firm believer that every trader, I can cover a different deal for. So it's not really a set plan. I don't have tier break levels where I say you got to trade this to get this rate. I don't believe in that. I mean, we give free software away. Like I tell people all the time, we give free software away if your commissions exceed your software costs, which are about $125 a month. So when people say, "Well, can I have a $4 rate?" And well, you're not doing yourself any favors. You may as well pay the extra $1.50 because you're going to save yourself $125 in software costs if you generate that more in commissions. Okay. So there's things that that you got to tweak around and kind of work around to get to understand what type of markets you trade. How active you are, which is a big thing, of course. It's all volume predicated, like anything else, and what you're looking to do and what kind of software you're looking to do. I mean, it's every deal has to be kind of carved out. For me to sit here and say talk about commissions, I don't know if I don't know what markets you trade, your trading strategies, plans, how active you are. It's kind of a moot point, because you're doing yourself a disservice by not even letting me see what I can do to get you the lowest rate possible.
Okay, so again, unless you understand all of the nuances of the pricing and where the prices are coming from, it's best to talk it over with yourself or one of your partners to, like you said, understand the trader. We see these commercials online, and of course you got the bigger commercialized brokers that are out there that get more of the attention, and they've got flat rate pricing, and they include the software. Well, that's fine, but you're also giving up, like you described. You're giving up the ECN rebates. You're giving up many times the speed of placing the trades.
Of course.
And depending on your volume, it could be the difference of paying for those software fees for the month by getting in a tick or two late.
I guess the way to put it is, with the Talking Baby and Interactive, they're well known. They're out there, but I mean, they're not going to help you. They're not going to help you to save you money. They're just not going to do that. I mean, if you're going to call up Interactive Brokers, you're going to get 17 different people on 17 different times a day, and they're not going to care about you. You're just going to look at your account, and it's going to be set in stone. Sorry, sir, this is the way your account is. Instead of sitting back saying, here's how we can help you. We can shave your commissions. We can give you free software if you qualify for this. You're not set up with ECN rebates. You want to set up with ECN rebates, you're going to make a little bit more money there. They're just not going to do that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. They're just not. They're going to say, how active are you? What do you think you're going to trade? And there's your rate. Yeah. Take care. Have a good day.
And and listen, if you're married to those other places, then that's fine. Educate yourself on the software, and we've had members talk about it. Call them up and renegotiate your rates. You don't have to accept, the sticker price, as it were.
That's what I say. I tell people all the time. You want to really piss them off? Use us as an example. Even if you don't come to me, say I talked to a guy at SpeedTrader. He's going to give me $3.95. I'm paying $8.95 with you. Use it. Mm-hmm. You may as well. If they're going to let you walk out the door and say that's okay, go ahead. I mean, why would you stay with them?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Why would you give somebody your money if they're not going to appreciate your business? Period.
Yeah. So let me just throw this up real quick. I think it should be this video here. And let me resize it. I think that should fit right in the window there. So this is a live stream of the platform, and again, because I didn't set this to run at a faster frame rate, so when you're watching this, it might even seem like when you're watching it on the live broadcast, it might look like it's skipping over some lines. But when you watch this back from the members room and you see the video, you'll notice how fast this comes through. So this is actually around, I think it's about about close to 2 o'clock Eastern, when and the cues were the default stock. I didn't bother changing it. So the cues were there, and you notice it peaking out at 65, 65, and so there was a lot of movement going on. Now, besides the high-low list, which is what's in the upper right corner, are the other lists basically just other most actives, or?
That's the high-low list up top. Market view, like I'm saying, you can put anything you want in there. It's just a default. You can put anything you want in there. Anything you want. But the high-low list won't change, of course, because we can't change the daily information. Whatever's high, whatever's the highest of the day is going to show up on the high side. Whatever's low is going to show up on the lowest side. Beside that, you can put any symbol in at any time, anywhere you want, and customize it. But yeah, this thing, like I'm saying, it looks like it's skipping on the video here. But if I encourage anybody out there listening, if you just want to see it work, and just click on the banner that Bright Guy has up there, and just go watch it for yourself for 5 days. It's free, doesn't charge you nothing. They'll even throw $100,000 worth of buying power in there for you if you want to play around with it. Go ahead and take a peek at it. I think a lot of people would like to, will be pretty impressed when they see it work live. Like I'm saying, it's not the cutest little platform. It's not the most, it's not the interface isn't the prettiest. It doesn't have little dogs and so whatever the case is. It's, it's a trading platform. That's all I care about is a trading platform.
Yeah. Does it have any video links if I wanted to watch CNBC or something like that? Is that part of this, or?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. But there are a couple things up there. It does have it. If you go up to the help thing, it does have if anybody gets lost in any kind of separate design, it does have a user guide up on the help notice bar.
Right.
It's a printable user guide. You can use that anytime for quick notes, and just looking at it, you can see right there. It'll show you how you set up your hotkeys, ECN order matching, preparing under an order, entering an order, option trading. There's safety features you can put on there for fat finger, like you mentioned earlier. You can enable order confirm, which will actually repeat the order for you, which is a nice little feature. So, like I'm saying, there's a lot of things that this thing has that we can still go over in future shows. It'll probably take us about 3 or 4 shows to do it, but we can definitely get through it.
All right, very good. Well, I didn't see a whole lot of other questions come in, and if you guys have any questions beyond what we've covered, then you can send them to myself, or you can look for SpeedTrader Craig in the room there. If you have an account with SpeedTrader, definitely encourage you to reach out to him during the trading day. That's why he's there. And if you need some help with something that came up, or you just you're locked out, or you want to find out about some of the things we talked about, like putting limits on or shorting some stock that you're interested in, then that's what he's there for. So you can reach out to him.
Yes, I'm here. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm in the room every day. If I, just be patient. If you ask me a question, I don't get right to you. It just probably means I'm on the phone, or I'm working with somebody else on a different issue, or whatever the case is. But I definitely will get it addressed and get it answered.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the time. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks. Anytime. Anytime. Look forward to doing more with you in the future.
Very good. I appreciate it. So, take care.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, Bri. Bye-bye.
All right. And let me cancel out of the control here. Otherwise, he's going to be deleting all my files when I'm not looking. So let me just throw that video back up there. I just had that running, and I'm just going to run that at a faster rate just for demo purposes, so you can see how the orders come through. Obviously this is ultra fast, but to be honest with you, on some days, some trades, it'll work like this. You'll see the numbers jumping around as much as they are. In this case, we only have the chart for the Qs here and the bid and ask. Interesting how the ask size seems to be jumping around, not so much the bid size. Oh, and I see why, because it's actually listing the 5 different exchanges that have it set at that same price. So I didn't think to ask Craig this, but I wondered if you can set this to show the 1 order per ECN, so this isn't jumping around like that. But I don't know. Let me see if I advance the tape here. I'm starting to wonder if my demo just froze up while it was recording the show, because it's just jumping back and forth there. You know what? I think that's what happened. I think I got an hour's worth of this demo just on a hiccup here. So I'll try to get you something else that I'll put in the member forum so you can have a sample of this. I was actually recording this from another machine, and it looks like when I logged out of that machine, it must have made a hiccup on this. So anyway, so I hope that explains that to you guys. And it's coming up on 9:30 here on the East Coast, and we'll just cut the show right here. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as I said before, if you have any questions, you can either send them into SpeedTrader Craig, or you can send them into me. My email is brian@briguytrading.com, and I'll be sure to direct it to where it needs to be to get your question answered. For now, I'm going to put the charts back up and maybe give you guys some tunes. So if you have any requests, feel free to get them in. I'm going to temporarily disconnect, and then I'll reconnect, and we'll play some songs. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Questions about the link? The link is on our homepage. In fact, I could show that to you on daytradingradio.com. And let me just mute the audio so that doesn't loop back around. And you'll see it right here. So there's a announcement from today about tonight's show by SpeedTrader, and Brian put a banner in the announcement itself, but as this announcement moves down the page, this is the regular banner that normally is sitting on the page anyway. And I did post a link for that earlier. But either way, whatever works, get that set up. Tommy Blue, man, you really turned me on to that early Fleetwood Blues. Definitely be happy to put that back on, play some tunes for you. So I just got to close out some of these programs and loosen up the memory hog that we got going on here, and then we'll get some tunes going. This is Briguy, Tools of the Trade, episode 13, in the can.